This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Players and fans scrambled to get out of the gym on Saturday night after a shooting outside Franklin High School in southeast Portland. Portland police detained a 15-year-old boy in connection with this shooting. The basketball game was postponed. We'll let you know what the school is doing today to make sure students feel safe coming up in our top story. Plus,
just pay me what you owe me.
That former Fred Meyer worker is frustrated, really frustrated, after not getting a paycheck for weeks. Coming up this morning, what Fred Meyer is saying about its malfunctioning payroll system, plus a KGW investigation looks into what went wrong.
And a quick step outside for a look from our Wells Fargo sky cam. The beautiful lights of the Rose City lighting up the night sky. Well, early morning sky, I guess. Glad you're here with us on this Monday morning. Can you believe it? Another week. We're here.
I would call that a night sky. That looks very much like a night sky.
It's a morning night sky.
It's a night sky here at 5 o'clock in the morning. How about that?
Yeah.
I can't get past this. You know what I'm going to focus on?
You have been
He's talking about it a lot.
Complaining all morning.
What's the difference here?
I forgot my jacket this morning. A tie was never part of the equation.
Tie?
I did have a pocket square in the jacket that is still sitting by my door at home. And it just bothers me that you have the jacket, the tie, and the pocket square this morning. I feel naked.
He's been talking about this since 3:45 this
I'm just
morning.
going to hide behind you the whole morning. Just go to where you need to go, and I'm going to hide behind you.
Okay, I got to come back and get my weather clicker.
Oh, see that?
Oh, I feel for you.
You're forgetting something, too.
I've left the house without things before. All right, rain, Salem. It's coming north. You can plainly see that in the next hour. This will start to move into Portland. We are watching winds. Right now, not really seeing much, as you can tell. Some 20-mile-per-hour winds out near the gorge. That's about it. But our Futurecast models do show that we're going to get a little burst of maybe some 20 to 35 mile per hour south-southeast winds developing this morning. That's not enough for a watch or an advisory or anything like that, but noticeable. Right now, 42. Rain's getting ready to come in. Will be scattered showers by mid-morning, probably after 8. 48 degrees at noon and 50 degrees at 5 p.m. And the scattered stuff, like yesterday, probably will be heavy at times. That's your forecast.
Rob, thank you.
My brain went into overdrive and I realized what was happening. I just started sprinting. And I've just never been so scared and just.
This morning, we're hearing from witnesses and the Portland Public School District about a shooting during a high school basketball tournament at Franklin High Saturday night. What you're seeing here is video showing the chaos as people ran out of the gym after the shooting in the school's parking lot. Police say a bullet grazed a teenager, but this morning he is doing okay. The suspect is a 15-year-old boy and is now in custody. The district superintendent released a statement yesterday, reading in part, "As educators, we call on our city's elected leaders, law enforcement, and the justice system to prioritize the development of a comprehensive neighborhood safety plan that protects our children, youth, families, and neighbors from this continued gun violence." End quote. Portland Police Chief Chuck Lavelle also released a statement on Twitter thanking the officers who were there and ran toward the gunfire. He also said police are working with PPS to add extra patrols in the neighborhood this week. Now, students will be back in school this morning, and counselors and other mental health professionals will be available for students and their families. Of course, we'll continue to bring you updates on this story on air and online at kgw.com.
In response to recent gun violence near Jefferson High School, the Portland Public School District and PBOT are installing traffic barriers around the school. So they're along North Commercial Avenue between Killingsworth and Alberta, forming what's called choke points that basically force just one car to pass through at a time. Last fall, police responded to a pair of shootings near Jefferson High that left 2 students injured. Neighbors and parents say they're hopeful that these traffic barriers will help.
I think anything we need to do to reduce gun violence is a good thing, and I think it makes a lot of sense.
So I don't know how much of the drive-by shooting. I think it was more so just to slow down the traffic.
This isn't the first time the city has tried traffic strategies to curb gun violence. A little over a year ago, PBOT installed these orange barrels in the Mount Scott Arleta neighborhood in southeast Portland, hoping they would slow down cars that may have been involved in a crime.
Well, I think what we're seeing at all levels of government is the fatigue of trying new things. We have things that have been put in place that we know that work, but they need the workforce, they need the investments to keep doing more of what they're doing. I think
that was Oregon Governor-elect Tina Kotek as she kicked off her listening tour of every county in the state last month. Today, she'll be sworn in as Oregon's 39th governor. This after a tight race against Republican challenger Christine Drazan. Lawmakers in the Oregon legislature are also being sworn in today. The new legislative session begins next Tuesday. And Highway 26 near Brookwood Parkway overpass is scheduled to open right about now at 5 a.m. after being closed overnight. Drivers should take the Brookwood Parkway off-ramp to get around the closure because that closure is happening tomorrow night as well from midnight to 5 o'clock in the morning. It's for the Bridge of Land and Sky project. It'll replace a pedestrian fence with a 9-foot-high piece of art. And those are a couple of this morning's headlines.
Well, some workers at Kroger stores, including Fred Meyer and QFC, are quitting after repeated payroll problems. Kroger rolled out a new payroll system last year, and it's caused a lot of problems. Investigative reporter Evan Watson has more.
It's pay screw-ups happen, so I figured, all right, this is a glitch or something's going on. I'll find out. I'll figure this out.
Around Thanksgiving, Mike Pappas didn't receive his paycheck for his work as a Fred Meyer cashier. He thought it would be fixed quickly.
For you, no pay, this will be resolved in a few days, turned into a few weeks, turned into a month and a half.
Yeah, just pay me what you owe me.
Pappas received partial payments, late payments, and some reimbursements over the next 6 weeks. That includes what he says was promised to be a $500 apologetic gift card from the company. When he checked the balance, it only had $259 on it. Eventually, Pappas quit his job last week.
Why did you quit?
They were still messing up my pay. I was still having to chase down my pay on a weekly basis. The hours I spent talking to management and sending emails, it was like having a second job.
Kroger launched a new payroll processing platform across its stores in 2022, which the company says created errors for a small percentage of associates. A Fred Meyer spokesperson told KGW, "We apologize for the impact this has had on those associates. The vast majority of the issues have been resolved, and we are working diligently to resolve those that remain." It's an explanation that isn't good enough for Dan Clay, the president of the local union chapter, representing thousands of Fred Meyer and QFC workers.
It's extraordinary and shocking that a national corporation can't get this fixed.
Clay says United Food and Commercial Workers Local 555 is filing grievances on behalf of workers while also directing employees to one of the multiple class action lawsuits filed against Kroger. He says in Oregon, hundreds if not thousands of workers have been affected, and he hears many of their stories.
Significant numbers of people who've lost housing over this, and it's something that frankly I think is scandalous that Kroger can't get straightened out even after months.
Pappas is upset for his coworkers and friends.
It's inexcusable when people are trying to put food on their table, and some are surviving paycheck to paycheck. If it wasn't for my family, yeah, it'd be a lot harder.
Both Pappas and Clay say, when you're shopping at these stores, show some extra grace to the workers who might be missing their money.
We have this thing called Make It Right. Kroger, Fred Meyer, why can't you make our pay right?
Evan Watson, KGW News.
All right, before we get to Rod's forecast, take a look at this from last Friday. That's when a demolition crew began bringing down this historic church in downtown Portland, the former home of the Portland Korean Church. Arson investigators say the building was deliberately set on fire last Tuesday, leaving basically nothing but a burned out shell. Firefighters, though, were able to save the house that's right next door to that building.
Okay, and a quick look outside on this Monday morning, 5:09. On my drive in, it was nice, but I think there's supposed to be some showers coming in, right?
What are you supposed to be?
I thought that's what you said.
Rain is coming.
Okay.
Let's be more Certain, definitive.
I'm letting you say that.
Are you that certain then, sir? You seem very certain.
Well, I kind of think so, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So look at the radar satellite picture. So the wettest part of our day is what's going to be developing here in Portland in the next hour. You see all the rain in California, and we have this batch pushing up from south to north. Here it is, Salem, McMinnville. This will hold together, be moving into the main Portland area by 6 o'clock this morning in terms of we'll be right in the center of that steady rain coming down. Also, modeling, this is nothing extreme, but you'll notice it, showing that winds pick up a little bit from the south to southeast. Here we are at 9:30 this morning. East winds out near the gorge to 26, but Salem later this morning from south winds gusting to 27, maybe popping a 30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then starting to fade back down. So just note, you'll notice things blowing around a little bit. Here we are temperature-wise this morning. We're 42 from Eugene up into Portland. Kelso's 39. 34 over in Bend this morning, and really most areas are above freezing. There's Burns just holding on at 33 degrees. Okay, I mentioned that rain that we just looked at. That band will hold together. Here's Futurecast of 6 this morning. Shows in yellow some pretty good rain rates coming through. And then by 8 o'clock this morning, that's over, and the remainder of your Monday will be scattered shower activity. But remember yesterday, for the first time in this weather pattern with these lows setting offshore and the occasional rain that we've been getting, yesterday we finally opened up some heavier rain rates. This shows scattered heavy downpours at 1 o'clock today. Yesterday we had lightning detected in Lincoln County. Could have some lightning strikes detected today as well. Here we are 9:30 tonight. We will be drying out overnight tonight, and then it still looks like tomorrow is mainly dry. It's still a day going into the afternoon that I can't tell you there's a 0% chance of rain, but still looks mainly dry. And this actually shows some decent sunshine tomorrow morning. 52 today, 50 tomorrow. Some chilly nights. There could be some of you, if the clouds break overnight, get down near freezing, both Tuesday morning and Wednesday morning. Rain returns Wednesday afternoon. And then it's the same mild weather pattern into the weekend with rain at times. And that is your forecast. Let's be definitive about this. It's going to be raining in Portland in the coming hour. How's that, Devin?
Sounds good. Hey, Rod, remember what you were doing at 23? How about being in charge of a city of 27,000 people and a $70 million budget? Well, coming up, meet Westland's newest mayor, the youngest ever in the city's history.